This video is not intended to encourage or glorify any kind of drug use. The sole purpose of these videos is to educate you on the dangers of what these substances can do to you. Please do not do any of the acts mentioned in this video. I repeat, do not do any of the acts mentioned in this video.
Welcome to the world of Tales from the Trip.
Hello everyone, the Trip Keeper here. This will be a different type of video than you're used to. I have a script here that I will be reading, but I'm not going to read it like how I normally do for the stories on this channel. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Kratom alkaloid 7-hydroxymetragenine and read some horror stories from users' experiences. I just wanted to say that before I get into this, so let's get started. 7-hydroxymetragenine products have hit the market and spread like wildfire. There are many places you can buy these products at, and they are relatively cheap. If you guys don't know what 7-hydroxymetragenine, or 7-OH is, it is a terpenoid indole alkaloid from the plant Mitragyna speciosa, commonly known as Kratom. Yes, Kratom. It was first described in 1994 and is a natural product derived from mitragenine present in the kratom leaf. 7-OH binds to opioid receptors like mitragenine, but research suggests that 7-OH binds with greater efficacy. So yes, it's a stronger alkaloid. The stuff is being sold online and at stores with increasing dosages. In one single pill, there are products with 7-OH in them that range anywhere from 10 milligrams all the way to 40 milligrams. Now, I saw that on Reddit the other day, yesterday actually. Someone, I think it's like more of like a black market type of thing, but there are lots with 30 milligrams in it, but I did see one with 40 milligrams in it, so it does exist. It is out there. If you didn't know, 40 milligrams is a lot. Yes, it is a lot. When I was addicted, I was taking, in each tablet, it was about 17 milligrams, and I was probably doing about 32 to 48 milligrams per day. But yeah, I feel like they will only be adding more and more as time goes on, because it's just, people are going to get more addicted. It's getting popular, and everyone is just buying this stuff. So, I will say, before I continue on, that 7-OH is good for people who are addicted to stronger opioids like prescription painkillers, heroin, and fentanyl, and also for people who suffer from severe chronic pain. Hello, Ozzy. It has been a godsend, and I don't want to take away from those people who get to use it for those reasons. This is specifically for people who take it recreationally for no purposes other than to feel its effects. So this is for people who just want to get high, basically. So this is a warning to those people. For people with chronic pain, there has been a lot of success stories with it, and I'm glad that you don't have to be on stronger opioids like oxycodone or hydromorphone or even heroin or fentanyl, because that is definitely more dangerous. But yeah, I'm glad that you are able to have something that's on the market to help with that. But this is specifically for people who are taking it, who are just getting high, and they want to feel the effects of the 7-hydroxymetragenine or Kratom, other Kratom products as well. As you guys know, I went through withdrawals from this stuff over the summer, and I'm currently over 4 months clean from Kratom and 7-hydroxymetragenine. It was very hard to quit as my withdrawal symptoms were horrible, especially with the restlessness. I went into great detail with my video about it, so I won't go any further. I just want you all to know that since I experienced the effects from this substance, I have a different perspective from those who are addicted or have never done or heard about 7-OH. So yeah, I experienced lots of withdrawals for almost 2 months, I'd say, but the peak of it was about 2 to 4 weeks in, and it hit me on my vacation to Utah, and I experienced severe restlessness. I could not get sleep. I could not get comfortable anywhere. I had to keep on walking around just to, feel normal. Like I couldn't do anything I could not be comfortable anywhere, and it was terrible. And also with with my pain. Since I work at the post office, I have a lot of pain in my back sometimes from carrying the satchel with the packages and stuff in it, and then other things. So the Kratom was helping me with that pain. So once I stopped doing the Kratom, after the first 1 to 2 days, I didn't have any withdrawal effects whatsoever. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be really easy. But then the third and the fourth day, that's when the withdrawal symptoms started coming on. And I started getting severe back pain. It was probably the worst back pain I've ever felt in my life, because that Kratom was helping me, relieve that back pain. But luckily right now I do not have any. I haven't really had back pain since then, maybe just occasionally here and there. But the Kratom was really blocking the pain that I was getting from that. So all of that at once just came on me, and it was very, very powerful, very strong. So that shit is no joke. But that's basically what I wanted to summarize about 7-hydroxymetragenine. I wanted to read some horror stories here. I can try to read in my Trip Keeper voice, but I will just try to read it just to get the point across, because I just want this video to come out because I think it's a very important lesson. And yeah, so it won't be the same way, I put story 1, wait 10 seconds, and then I'll read it like, my Trip Keeper voice, and then go into the next one, wait another 10 seconds, stuff like that. This will just be in order, and I'll just go from flipping from page to page. So yeah, but I know that this video might get some hate because the Kratom community is very defensive about their sacred plant, and yeah, people on there, people who are addicted to it, have been for years, get very defensive about it, and it's scary because they don't want to admit how much they're addicted to it, how much it has ruined some of their lives. Except if you are a chronic pain patient, like I said, if you have chronic pain or were addicted to stronger opioids, those people, I can understand why you'd be mad. But we're not talking about you. We're talking about people who are specifically, especially younger people who are trying to find that high. And it is growing in popularity because you could just walk into a head shop, buy online, and get this stuff really easily. And it's just so addicting because the pleasure you feel from the effects, it is just like, wow, I can't believe this is legal. So yeah, it's very, very powerful for it being on the market. But yeah, let's read some horror stories we got from Reddit. It actually took me a little bit to find some stories. I think I found them all on r/quitting Kratom, so it's a very good sub. I used it when I was quitting Kratom to try and help. But you just gotta cold turkey it and just get off of it and stick through it. But it's very, very tough. But yeah, I found some stories here, so let's read them. 70H, what the fuck is going on with me? So I've been a Kratom user for over 6 years. It has been a lifesaver and made me never touch hydros, perks, oxys, etc. ever again or even crave them. I don't smoke weed, although I have nothing against it. I drink 2 to 3 beers maybe every 3 to 4 months, not really a drinker. And thank God I don't really have any other vice or addiction. Kratom has helped in every aspect of my life. For the last 3 years, I've been using extract. I stick to one brand and I never go above my usual dose. It worked for me and I never had any issue with it at all. I know it's not the best, but it has really helped me overall. The last 3 months of my life has been a whirlwind of stress and anxiety. I have a wife, a little guy who's 6 years old, and I work 2 jobs to support our family. Wife works as well. One day, about 1 month ago, my usual Kratom shop introduced me to the 7-OH hydroxy stuff. They said it's been selling like hotcakes and even stronger than the extracts. That's all they had to say, and I was ready to try it. The first time I tried it, I felt incredible. Something told me this was dangerous as hell, but it felt 10 times better than my normal extract. After that, I was buying 7-OH on and off along with my normal extract. Luckily, I took a week off and went back to my normal extract because I knew the 7-OH was too damn good. Even after not taking 7-OH for 1 day, I felt mild depression, but nothing major. I felt better 3 days after once returning to my normal dosing routine. Well, for the last month, I've been buying 7-OH along with my regular extract and mixing both of them together. What a terrible idea. The last 2 weeks, I noticed I began feeling extremely tired and depressed even when taking both. That was a sign from my body saying I'm taking too much and need to drop the 7-OH ASAP. so I've been slowly tapering off the 7-OH. Now the extract feels like it's not even working by itself. 3 days ago, I woke up extremely depressed and also felt a bit of anxiety. I have severe anxiety and depression, and it's a big reason I started Kratom. But I didn't think too much of it and just figured I'm having a rough week. The next day, I woke up with very bad anxiety and horrible depression and couldn't figure out what was causing this. Last night, I hit full-blown withdrawals. I just couldn't believe it because I figured I was still taking my extract and tapering off the 7-OH so I would not experience them. I never felt such horror. I was drenched in sweat, woke up literally every hour, constantly switching between feeling hot and cold. I had a massive panic attack, restless leg syndrome. I could not stay still, so I kept getting up out of bed and pacing, and it felt like nothing worked. My poor wife was kept up with me every hour, and she is exhausted now too. I felt so bad. This morning, I feel extreme depression. I almost called out of work, but I have to tough it out. It was the worst night of my life, and I'm dreading what I will be experiencing tonight. I'm exhausted, anxious, and depressed. I'm just shocked how withdrawals could kick in this fast, and I haven't even completely gone off the 7-OH. I'm reading on here that even just 2 weeks of use, people didn't start feeling better until 3 weeks of quitting it. What the fuck? This is a nightmare, and I wish I would have never touched 7-OH. Yeah, as you can see, this guy built an addiction really quickly, and he got the withdrawals, so you got to be very, very, very careful. Okay, so this next story is called 7-OH. Kratom was the hardest, darkest cold turkey of my life. I finally quit 7-OH and Kratom. I'm going to do a write-up soon about that journey to help others, but for now I want to place this here as a warning. I got sucked into the 7-OH Kratom market for 5 months on a relapse, and the withdrawal was the most depressing, sad, darkest I have ever felt, and I've quit IV heroin. They're doing something so shady and bad oxidizing Kratom alkaloids. They're so strong I was hooked first dose. Please stay far away from this stuff. I was sweating bullets. I would poop myself in my sleep. I had primal fear. It was like a scene from Trainspotting. I've never felt this depressed in my life, and I've had really bad depression in the past. 7-OH is insanely addictive and took thousands from my bank account in a short amount of time. They're even pressing it in tabs that look like street fent. Stay away, guys. Took me 14 days to feel normal, and I still feel pretty sad and dull, but it made normal Kratom withdrawal feel like a minor cold. This was, in my opinion, just as bad of a withdrawal as fent. I'm clean, and I'm staying clean from all Kratom products. Glad to have my life back in my hands. So yeah, this guy experienced some very, very hard times, and it's different for everybody. Sometimes you might not even experience withdrawals. Your body could just take it, but most of the time you do. And so it all depends on the severity level. Like, it could be stronger for others, could be less stronger, and it all depends on how much you've done in the past as well. For me, I was on Kratom for 5 years, but I was taking the 7-OH products for the past half a year before I stopped, because that's when they introduced it a little bit. I forgot, maybe it was more than 6 months, I don't know, but I would do it a lot. And so it was, I'm just glad I'm done with it, and I stopped. I've been 4 months clean, and it just feels amazing that I never thought I would be clean from Kratom. I really never. I thought I'd be doing it for the rest of my life. I remember taking it, and I was just like, when am I gonna stop this? Am I ever gonna stop? Those thoughts would be rolling through my head. All right, so let's go to the next story. This one is called Stay the Fuck Away from 7-OH Hydroxy. If you are on this sub, then you are like me and many others, trying to kick Kratom, and this is on the r/quitting Kratom subreddit. Many of you are ex-junkies like myself, using Kratom as a pacifier of sorts to stay clean or bridge the gap or all of the above. Kratom is wonderful for that, and is much lighter on the body than the bupropion option. I've gone that route and begged the Lord Almighty to reach out and snatch my soul during the withdrawal from that monster. Months-long fight for my life. I was in the clear after that battle. Then came Kratom. For a couple of years I was good, stable. Just like you, I was trying to quit all the time, usually unsuccessful, but what the hell in the scheme of things? I wasn't sitting in a Circle K bathroom prepping a rig or crushing a pill to snort. Anyway, ended up stabilizing on 1 to 2 OPMS shots a day. All good. I could purposefully get busy on a Saturday and manage not to do them with too much issue withdrawal-wise. Mostly mental, a little restlessness and anxiety. Walk in the park for us battle-hardened youngsters. Am I right? So I walked into my store a couple of months ago, and my guy says he has some free samples of this new product. My eyes bulged when I saw they isolated and concentrated the good alkaloid, the fabled 7-hydroxymetragenine, the shit you read about on Wikipedia that is a fuck ton more potent than morphine, but in such low quantities in the powder and shots. Gets your addicted brain twitching out and salivating thinking about it. Fuck the regular MIT, they got the hydroxy MIT purified. God damn if I didn't hop on a manic magic carpet and sail to the fucking moon off that 115 milligram sample. I thought, hell no, this shit is the real deal. Nearly indistinguishable from the Roxy buzz I was hooked on all those years. Panic and warning lights exploded in my head, but so did excitement and awe. Guess what took over? The next day I woke up and had a legit opiate hangover I hadn't felt since before I got on subs years ago. I told myself, stay away, man. That shit will grab you and you'll be back into a puddle of fiending worthlessness all over again. I debated telling this story because you know what most of us addicts will take from this. This will make half of you jones out and ready to zip up your jacket and get your ass down to the store to pick some up for yourself. I don't want to perpetuate this awful stuff. Please, please, please take heed. Anyway, fast forward to today where I sit on the couch dumbfounded. I've consumed 15 of these pills in 2 30-milliliter shots. Yes, they make these into shots as well. I'm full on junkie status. Leaving work, fuck consequences, to get more because my lunch score didn't quite hit the spot all the way. I'm now taking powder in the morning to get me to work and hold until the store opens, running at open time for a 5-pack box, running at lunch for a box, but adding the shots too because I'm chasing that high, and then finishing my day by picking up a 5-pack box on the way home. Jesus Christ. I'm a pretty successful scientist. I make more than 6 figures and don't have many bills. After taxes and 401k, etc., I'm pulling $3,000 take home every 2 weeks. I now live paycheck to paycheck and have racked up thousands of credit card debt because I run out of cash a few days before payday. I understand not everyone is like me. You have self-control. You have your nifty little taper schedule you stick to. You could say no and blah blah. For those of you that don't, do not try. It will leave you begging for salvation when the dust settles. I'm not going back to the thing I swore I never would touch again, buprenorphine. I'm hopeful I can do this quickly and concise. 1 to 2 weeks and done. Wish me luck. Glad I shared. I can look back on this post and reflect. Hope it helps. TLDR, stay away from 7-OH. You'll be broke and miserable and likely begging the Lord above for death, or at least the very least, a tragic accident that leaves you incapacitated and unable to redose. Excuse me. So yeah, this guy got super addicted off of it. Again, it just grabs you like a grappling hook, man. It just it gets you going. Like that's what it did to me. Like as soon as I took it, I was like, okay, this stuff is very powerful. I know it. And yeah. But yeah, we got 2 more stories here. Let's see how much we got. We got 17 minutes on here. So yeah, let's read these two left stories that we got here and finish the video. This one is called Boy Oh Boy, I Done Goofed Up with the 7-hydroxy. I had no problems taking normal Kratom. I could skip a day with no withdrawal symptoms, was taking about 10 grams per day. Then my mom had face surgery and they didn't want to give her any decent meds for her face pain, so I took my buddy's advice and went up to the local head shop and got some pressed blues. About a week of binging and using up to 3.5 pills per day. I'm cooked, y'all. These withdrawals are different than normal opiate/opioid withdrawals. It actually reminds me of the weird twitchy CNS withdrawals you get from alcohol or benzos, plus that BS from opiate withdrawal. Not fun. Withdrawals hit me like a brick all of a sudden out of nowhere this morning. I guess I'll keep everyone posted. I've been miserably only taking regular Kratom powder for the last 13 or so hours, but I just caved and took half of a red pressed. It's pseudo 7-OH apparently. Seems to have longer legs than regular 7-OH. So yeah, you gotta be careful about those pressed products, like they're actually called pressed. I've also gotten floaters in my eyes and been seeing weird flashes in my peripheral vision. All of these things are new to me, and now in hindsight I found out it's the Kratom and I could have permanent vision damage. Lesson learned. I think I'm ready to get off of everything I'm currently on. I got off heroin and Suboxone about 10 years ago. I quit drinking 3 years ago. I quit nicotine on May 1st, and now I'm down to Kratom and Mary Jane. Yeah, another thing is just, if you try it, you have a very high chance that you're going to get addicted. You know, it's just that easy, just trying it. So do not try it, guys. Do not fucking try it. All right, this last one is a little short one, just like the last one. So let's just read it and finish the video, and we'll go from there. And yeah. Please don't take 7-OH is the title of this video, or title of the story, excuse me. I've been taking about 6 tabs of 7 ohms a day for about 2 months. I went for a routine doctor's appointment and had to get the usual blood work like I do for every 3 months. Well, they called me the next day, asked me to come in for the results. I went in and my doctor said, your liver enzymes are over 200 when they should be 40 or lower. He then asked, what have you been doing differently since July? Your levels were perfect in July. I told him about the Kratom extract tablets and he'd never heard of them. So he orders more blood work, a CT scan to rule out cancer. All tests came back normal, thank God. He sat me down and explained that he believes it to be a buildup of toxins that were actively attacking my liver. I've been experiencing fatigue and dull pain in my right quadrant, and I still am. It's going to take some time for these levels to go down. Needless to say, I stopped taking them. High liver enzymes can damage your liver, and if left untreated, can kill you. I wouldn't have known if it hadn't been for my routine blood work. Stay safe, everyone. Yeah, so that's another dangerous part, because usually with Kratom, your liver will be affected right away if it is very sensitive to it, and you might turn yellow like a jaundice type of thing. But yes, 7-hydroxymetragynine, you got to be careful. Like, I wonder what my liver enzymes look like when I was taking it. They probably weren't that good. So hopefully they're a little bit better now. And I just stopped drinking yesterday. I started yesterday because the day before I drank, but yesterday I made a pledge I will never drink again. So it's sad to say that I won't be drinking Miller High Lifes anymore, because I love the taste of them. You know, they're the greatest beer of all time. I have a hat, a winter hat, a shirt about it, and it's just amazing beer. But I really can't be drinking that stuff when I'm also taking my medications as well, because I was drinking like 6 times a week, if maybe 7, I don't know. There'd be times where I drank a week straight, and it just got out of hand, so I need to quit drinking. Yeah, I can't just keep it for going out, because I know if I go out and drink, I'll want to buy some more when I get home, and I'll have it for later. It's currently in my refrigerator, but my mom's gonna drink them, so yeah, I will never drink beer again, never drink liquor again, never drink alcohol again. I'll stay sober from that. Since I stayed sober from Kratom, I had the willpower to do that. I hopefully can do this, and I'm just experiencing a lot of health issues from drinking, I think, so that's why I wanted to stop, and it's just very dangerous. So I want to be clean from everything. This year, so far, I stopped gambling in February. I was gambling like twice a week, maybe once to twice a week, and that was getting to be a major problem for me. So I'm glad I stopped that. So I'm 9 months clean from gambling, and then I'm 4 months clean from, a little over 4 months clean from Kratom, and a little over a day and a half clean from alcohol. So yeah, I haven't gone 2 days without drinking alcohol in probably months, maybe even a year. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not that long, but yeah, I just got really into the high lifes and Coors Banquets too. That got me as well recently. I'm gonna miss it, but it's for the best. It's for the best, guys. I cannot occasionally drink. I cannot occasionally drink because it will just become a habit again. And like I said, with the medication, it's not good to mix that shit at all. And hopefully I didn't do any permanent damage to myself. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys want any more types of videos like this where it's kind of like a commentary a little bit, this is what I do on my second channel, but it's more of a funny thing. This is more of a serious tone. I was going to actually make this for the second channel, but I wanted to put this on the main one because I thought this was an important issue to talk about, because 7-hydroxymetragynine is taking over. It's just a very big product now, and everyone who's taking Kratom has heard of it, and they are taking it. So yeah. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like. I'm expecting the hate comments from the Kratom users. So yeah, I won't be surprised by that. But yeah, so if you enjoyed it, give it a like and subscribe if you're new. And stay safe out there, guys. Touch grass.